Trombones, one forte from figure one, one forte. It's leader speaking. Leader speaking. Very primitive words. Ta, yes, ta ta, ta ta, ta ta ta. You are a leader, chorus, something like this. But it's really the voice dominating. It doesn't matter if you are speaking loud. It's a character of your voice. That it's so focused that immediately the concentration from tutti, ta ta da 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 pa, ta da, ta da, ta da da. Yeah? You know, it's a music for ballet, normally. So the vision when we play, the vision, what about is the story, is very, very important. Yeah? And I told you yesterday shortly that it's about the ancient times when people really looked maybe at their life quite differently with us. With ours. So it's, if you fight and you are on the horse, yeah? And you have a big sword, and you are quite strong, yeah? And after that you come and play skiff and suite. Please find where you have this flexible force. Figure 3 should come after slight diminuendo in the brass section, or in percussion as well. Before 3. But it shouldn't come like always a boom, second time boom, and so on. And you get immediately tired. It's in your hands. Prokofiev gave you direction, fortissimo. But make everything what is important brilliant the moment it appears, and after that, lighter, please. 3 before 2. 3, 4. Thank you. In fact, brass is okay. They know what they do. It's figure 2, please. Figure 2 with woodwinds, no strings. Woodwinds and all this stuff here. Figure 2, please. 1. Yes, so you have your flags in your hands. It shouldn't come like accompaniment. I think diminuendo doesn't help at all. Yeah? Joy. Yeah. It certainly doesn't look like this army is going to lose. Huh? Doesn't look like that, yeah? They go to win. It's figure 2, please. Figure 2. Maybe tutti together, all together. Piano and harps. It's very important that continuation of glissandi is always, yeah? Always. Figure 2. 1.
Scythian suite, it will be very important for us to achieve dynamic range, which is a big challenge because it's a loud piece. I think it can be killed by unattentive playing. It will be just a big noise, which I think was the case many times in this suite. I think it was performed this way many times. Not always, but quite many times, you know. It tends to be on the louder side. At the same time, if you find why composer needs big sound, you start to enjoy it.
I don't think Stravinsky influenced the music of Prokofiev so much. It was the challenge. Prokofiev just responded, I think. And some of the music composed by Prokofiev in his very early, stage of his life and career was already at least as progressive and new as Stravinsky. Prokofiev didn't belong to school here or there. I think Prokofiev was a very Russian composer, but he didn't copy anyone. I can't see a bar of Prokofiev's music copying even great Russians, Tchaikovsky. Just avoided any, I think, parallels. That was his unique ability, his own face in music. But in the Scythian suite, I think it's energy, power, and mysticism what excited him so much. Plus maybe the challenge that there was another man, very powerful, Stravinsky, who already moved quite far. Thank you. The orchestration here is like the, let's say, after a huge field full of people, they leave and they leave and they leave, and just a cloud of dust. And you see something. Oh, wow. Imagine it's not a tari tara 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 tara, but and still, thousands of people leave. Horses, whatever. Well, I ask you to play not with the sound which you use for tara. Yeah. Until it's totally gone, and we start with a new image. I mean bass clarinet and clarinet, and so that play quite wide. I mean quite not focused. You see, not focused. 7 straight, please. I wish I was a ballet master. Make it a nice staging. Tenuti. Morendo. We don't have to hear how you cut your voice. Thanks. So, which means there is also some individuals now presented. Individuals. It's certainly not a choral voice, correct? Tam, 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 and they're gone. Nobody here. And you speak to each other. How was your day? Did you eat? Did you like the sun? Yes, dialogue. It shouldn't come exactly like copying. It's dialogue. Huh? Let's say of 2 youngsters, but something that make it very much a piece of theater again. Figure 10. 1. Speak full voice, full voice. Thank you. That that was good, but you know what I think is, it's enormous development. Prolara, 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 tararara, tararari, rararara, tararari, tari. Prolara, prolara. You can treat it like something. Oh yes, oh, I forgot. This is what I wanted to say. And again. And this is like lullaby. Oh, don't react on this. It says forte. It says forte, it's not me. It says forte. Bass clarinet, good, but you can make it a bit more clear in the beginning. Yeah. I'm here. Yeah. Don't forget, I'm also, yeah, I will participate. Yeah, okay. Figure 10. 1. one request. This. And again. Run as fast as possible. Come. Not a machine. You spend time on this note, please, a bit, and spend bow, okay? 22, please. 22. I think I'm becoming choreographer here, yeah? I should stop conducting. 22, please. 1. It is very important for me as an artist to have, from time to time, experiences like I just had with the Scythian suite, and quite precise, I think more interesting, is subjective approach, which is not fixed in a libretto, which is not fixed in some historical books, but I am rather interested in describing what is Scythian culture.
So for conductor, this is the question of how to use his personality and his education and his, the strength of his character, if he has at all the character, that the musicians will be very quickly involved in the atmosphere of the piece. It doesn't really matter how well you move with your hands. It should be in your face, it should be in your expression. It is already my secret what I do. I did today one important change with orchestration. So it was my decision. Not because I do not respect Prokofiev. I thought it will work better this way. So it's my responsibility.
Let's do the following thing. I try one thing. Tutti orchestra, your attention. 3 before the end, percussion. I give you 1 fermata. In piano. Pam. I want you to listen to this harmony more. It will be a fermata on this part. And percussion section. You start 1. Yeah? But start really pianissimo. If we can do simply 4 bars before the end now. 4 before the end. Okay? 1. Ta-ta-tam is more like like ta-ta-ta. 2 before the end, shorter. Before you have this tenuto, so once more 4 before the end, please. 1. Intermission, please.
Потом это произведение, я сам это произведение пробую вот как картину.
Да, это нужно.
Надо пробовать, потому что его нельзя пустить как та-та-та-та-та-та подряд. Надо всегда как краски.
Как сказка.
Как рисовать.
Да.
Здесь другой цвет, колор.
Ну, как ты все объяснил, это все ясно?
Да, ну первые 2 части готовы. И
уже хорошо,
сейчас тоже это, по-моему, неплохо. Да, осталось финал немножко еще. Я думаю, ты знаешь, где надо только сделать? Вот. Это уже нормально.
Это, конечно, дико трудно здесь. Это не может. Естественно, я сам не могу. Это ужасно. Он там писал, и такая...
Просто, наверное...
Это ужасно. Даже на концерте, ты знаешь?
Знаешь, как можно сыграть? Дивизим?
Да.
А здесь все. Я не знаю,
Ну,
что
вообще слышно, что мы не все играем?
Ну, слышишь, что глиссандо такое.
Это действительно балет, да?
Это было написано для балета, да. Но не сделал Дягилев. Не делал.
Дягилев
Не, он написал, нет, не делал. Видимо, не понял музыку. Ну, сейчас, конечно. Я вообще хочу это в Мариинском театре.
Да.
Yeah, I started to think that it would be a good idea to put this ballet on stage of Mariinsky Theater. I started to think yesterday. I think I have to find a choreographer, a good choreographer. Maybe Western choreographer. With real imagination. Because what you need is
is also very powerful, like for Rite of Spring, when the athletic sort of side of the dance is also.
Well, I
very
think
important.
they do this.
Yeah, they do.
I occasionally go back to the Caucasus, where I'm from. It's the area of high mountains, area of very fresh air, very fast rivers, very fresh and cold waters, icy waters, running from the high mountains down with enormous power and energy. It happens that I'm Ossetian, and Ossetians are the only direct heirs to the Scythian culture. It was quite a big and strong, powerful country, very strong culture, as we see from, for example, in exhibitions, or these wonderful, wonderful golden figures, all these faces and these horses, which have expression. There is an inner power. When you look at the small golden head, some warrior, and you immediately see it, it's very interesting. So it came to us through centuries. This is where Prokofiev could be attracted to the Scythian culture. It's a mystery link, mysterious link through the centuries, which maybe we feel here, maybe we feel here, maybe we feel around us, that it's some, call from our grandfathers. Yes, in this case, I think maybe Prokofiev felt something like that, composing Scythian suite.
tell you, it is very, very pleasant to a small detail comes clearer. We just exchange the money now. It's a pom pom, pom pom, pom pom, pom pom. Yeah. It's not piano we are looking for now. I would call it a very clear ear opening. You know, it's not just, but pure gold. Everything what is written. So support your sound. It should sound like constant melody, even the. Yeah. And it comes to the life. After that, we soften. Figure 39, please. 39. 1. Listen, listen. New rhythm. New. Thank you. Thank you. I think why Prokofiev decided to compose Scythian Suite. Again, I repeat, it's about maybe 15, maybe 200 years ago. All of us, I think, once or many times, better to say, are fascinated with, for example, you visit Egypt or you visit Jerusalem. You know, you look and you ask yourself, is it a progress we all together witnessing, or opposite thing? I think as a young composer, as an extremely strong and successful artist, he found the most interesting subject in. So I just was listening again to the tuba voice. It just says solo, but please make it so that it will look as interesting as some unbelievable, well, this faces of this Sphinx, you know, we call it in Egypt. You can't explain. What is that? You know? So find you as an artist, find yourself where you put it with espressivo, so that, but how you move from D, play it please, 41 for me. And look, first note. Is it just everyday feeling? Why don't you play? One does not expect this second note to be placed here because the first promises something else. Yeah? If it comes as a surprise and a nice surprise to you, the public will enjoy it even more. Yeah? But it's not about 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, you know. Who needs classical music again? Yeah? It's so boring. Yeah? Make it more interesting. Every detail. Also to first trumpet. Yeah? Phrase it. It's a human voice, okay? 41, please. Even more.
We look at the score and we just try to find the logic. Why? Ta 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 ta.
We have to find what is interesting about these very primitive things. It's all just 1, 2 notes. But altogether it makes it exceptionally interesting, especially when it becomes clear. That means that you have to start, let's say, clearing. I want this detail not to disappear. I want this voice to dominate. I want this voice to support. I want this voice to appear and after that go into the shadow, you know, it's something like this. Oh, this ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. This move is already another step. So you build tension, you build, you know, colors, you put it together. So, but this is, I think, the way how it was composed.
Prokofiev himself was a bad boy of music in conservatory. And the director of Petersburg Conservatory, Glazunov, could hardly stand Prokofiev and his new ideas.
The relationship between Prokofiev and Glazunov were rather complicated because Glazunov recommended him to the conservatory, but he didn't know what he's, as the Russians say, that he grew a snake on his chest, you know. So my father sometimes was simply called the Scyth. For a Russian ear, he's Scythian. That has connotations, you know, that he's wild. He doesn't fit into anything. The Scythian suite represents a kind of something like blinding wildness. Something happened. It was premiered in Petersburg, and Glazunov, who suddenly, at the very end of the piece, when the sunrise begins, and he just stood up and walked out, doesn't want to listen. Well, if you look at a photograph of this period, you can see that he's not a man who is afraid of something like this, of a scandal, because he understands that he's writing something new. But I love this photograph especially because you can see an angry young man, you know, he's ready to challenge society, to fight against the existing opinions and structures, you know, really revolutionary.
I want to thank you because that was the best moment of rehearsal so far. Brass players, it's highly demanding, highly impressive. When demand goes lower, impression goes totally down. You see the difference? Totally down. If it was a dull music, I would tell you, well, great players should serve bad music. Well, but I say good players should save great music, the players become better. You see what I mean? Because music helps you to look better, because it's written so well. But you have to work hard and to see what is the idea of composer. It is clear. Once you rest 1 quarter, I lose the feeling which was there for 1 minute. 1 quarter, I just look at it. Ta, da, re, finished. So if you want to please me once in a season, you should do it with this piece, with this voice. Da, ra, re, ra, re, ra, 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 and always, always. It's not about giving more sound or more, it's just that it should, you know. Did you ever look at sun like this? You can't, yeah? So bright. This sound should be like this, yeah? So much fire in it, and that will work very well, okay? Thank you very much.
I am, first of all, terribly happy that Gergiev did it, and I'm really particularly moved by the fact that he thinks it's almost a piece for him because he's like a descendant himself of the Scythians, you see. Now, the way he does is very extraordinary, and every time I hear this piece, this suite, I'm amazed why people know it so little, you know. But Gergiev managed to find in it something very extraordinary. Unlike many other conductors, he realized that the end of the symphony, of the suite, with the sunrise, is really the climax of the work, but not just a sort of, you know, let's have a very effective, bright ending. It's not that. The whole suite is leading towards that, and he understood it very well. So the whole structure sort of brings to that. And although seemingly it happens suddenly, but that's how it should be, any great event, even if you expect it to happen suddenly. He really brings it to that and makes out of it really something very extraordinary.
Валерий Сергеевич, спасибо.
Sometimes
You know, the music which I look at or I even perform still doesn't take everything what I can find in my own modest, but it's important for me, my experience. You know. But here I immediately feel how I get sort of my abilities working together with the ideas of composers, or at least I am always provoked to think, oh, this is about this, or this is the character, or this is the color, or this is the contrast. It goes like this, which I think is a strength of music.